Well, they did it again. XM Cosy has sent me another set of lights that look to be amazing. So we're going to get them unboxed. I'm going to get them paired up. I'm going to try to connect them to my homey bridge. Not sure if it's going to work because according to their documentation, I need a XM Cosy bridge. But if not, we're going to use the app. So let's get these opened up and let's get to it. So today we're going to take a look at the new XM Cosy Smart Solar Path lights. Now these are RGB lights, so you can set whatever color you want. And they have some pretty other amazing features that we're going to get into here in just a little bit. So you want to make sure and stick around. But let's get these unboxed. We're going to get them put together. I'm going to get them paired up here in my office, and then we will take them outside and put them in the ground and let them charge. And then once the sun sets, hopefully I'll get enough charge and we can see what they look like at night, because these here actually can pair with the XM Cosy string lights I have on the back patio. So that's going to be pretty cool. So let's see what we got in the box. Move this over here. These instructions are a little more detailed. This is just kind of a quick guide. Gives you some real, basic information on how to pair them. You can see here, it gives you specific instructions on, how to open the top up, how to, push the button, get the Bluetooth pairing. Here is where you can see that it talks about the bridge. So again, I'm hoping that I might be able to pair them to the homey bridge, but we'll just kind of have to see. On the back, it gives you some more, basic details. Now, one thing that's really cool about these two is if you see here, they have the ability of turning on and off by motion. They have a motion sensor on them, which the other pathway lights do not. They just come on when it gets dark until the battery runs dead, and then they charge up the next day, and it just repeats that cycle. But these here, you have a lot more control over them because they are smart, and they do have the motion sensor in it. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm really kind of anxious to get these connected and see all the control that we have. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So here is the actual booklet, and it's very detailed, and I'm really glad they gave such a detailed instruction book, because again, these have a lot more features and functionality than the previous set does. So you definitely want to be able to have something you can reference, and I highly recommend you kind of take a look at this. Again, detailed information on setup. And you really want to follow this, because you'll want to make sure that they get paired correctly, especially if you have other smart XM Cosy lights like I do on the back patio. You want to make sure they're actually paired correctly. The one thing about these lights is motion sensor gives you a 150-degree sensor angle, meaning anything within 150 degrees of that sensor is going to turn the light on. They say that it's adjustable up to 32 feet. That's pretty far. So these should be able to turn on before anybody has to get really super close, which is nice because you want the lights on to light the area before they come around. They're 150 lumens in brightness. They're IP65 rated, so they're more than safe being out in the weather. I have had zero issues with the other pathway lights I have from XM Cosy. They just worked great. You can actually see a picture of the house here, where I have all of the pathway lights lit up in the front at night. Looks really awesome. I love it. I already have the app installed because of the other lights that I have, so I don't need to do the app installation process. But this goes into detail about getting the app installed and downloaded, so you'll want to make sure and follow that. Now, one thing I like about these, and it's probably because I bet these are going to be a little bit maybe heavier, but as you see right here, they offer the similar type of stake in the ground setup. But if you notice here, it allows you to kind of like lock the post onto the piece in the ground, which is nice because that way you can't just come up and just like pull them off. Like the other lights I had, you can literally just grab the post and pull it off, which is fine, I suppose. But that kind of helps secure it a little bit better into the ground, which I really like. Another nice thing is the post they have in this particular set here has this right here where you can actually screw the plate, the bottom of the post, to like a wood section or something like that, if that's how you want to mount it. The other ones don't have that option. So again, it's a nice feature. Another nice feature is they allow you to switch between automatic and manual. And the manual mode allows you to make adjustments and setting changes, and then you can save it and then put it back into auto mode. So then the sensor will automatically, pick up when people move and turn the lights on, and it'll have the settings in which you set in manual mode, which is nice. And of course, we'll get into this in the app. But here they talk about the settings you can have for the sensor sensitivity, the what they call luminance detection, which is kind of a funny name. But it basically just allows you to set it to where they'll only come on at night, which obviously that's what you want. You don't want these coming on during the day. There's no point in that. And then the duration in which they stay on, which is right here. And another nice feature on these is you can set brightness. So if you didn't need them to be full bright, you could actually reduce the brightness, which obviously is going to help save battery and give you much longer runtime, which is cool. And then here's the manual mode I spoke about, where you can set like different colors and different things. So again, we'll get into that in the app once I get the app opened up. But according to their documentation, there are some features here that only work with the bridge. It might be an XM Cosy bridge specific function, and if it is, obviously it's not going to work, but we're going to give it a shot because this homey bridge has been fantastic, and it's really kind of customizable to do a lot of different things. So I'm hoping that it will work. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll find out. So here's the post they give you, and I can tell you these are much thicker than the posts from the other ones. I can only imagine it's because maybe the sensor part is much bigger, but this is a much bigger pole than what the other ones are. The other ones are much smaller than that. So they give you 6 because it's a 6-pack. So here's all 5 of the others. Okay, and here are the lights. And so let's take one out and get it hooked up. These are really cool. Look at that. These are gonna look pretty nice. I already like these. Now, this top piece is plastic. The ones I have out front, the top piece is metal, it's aluminum, and the glass is glass. I should say the lens is glass. This lens is plastic. So I would think that a glass lens would probably obviously give you a much longer life. But of course, if the plastic doesn't turn colors or get, bad looking, then I guess it really doesn't matter. Let's see what we got in this box here. Oh, look here. They give you the bridge. So when I do reviews on these products, I like to unbox them as I'm reviewing them. So you get to see the unboxing experience, what's in the box, how they're packaged, because sometimes how they're packaged is a very important aspect of whether, they're going to be a quality product or not, because I've had some products that I've gotten that were packaged terrible and the product was terrible. So I like to do the unboxing during the review. Now, I did read through some of the documentation, and I would, made sure and kind of reviewed what information was on the box. Nowhere in any of the documentation or the box does it say it comes with the bridge. That would have been really helpful information, just so I know we have that where we can use it. So I'm not going to have to use the homey bridge. I can use this bridge because this is going to unlock all the other features that you saw in the manual. So that's awesome. I really like the fact they gave you the bridge. Now, I don't necessarily need another bridge in the house because I have so many, but unfortunately that's one of the things with some of these smart home products that you have to deal with is the products are so specific to the manufacturer's, components that you have to use their components to pair them and things like that. So, yeah, that's very interesting. Let's check it out. Yeah, so you see, you have to have the XM Cosy app and to attach the bridge, and then you can attach the lights to the bridge. It gives you that added functionality. And that's what this manual here basically goes over, is how to get that paired up. And that's pretty simple. The nice thing about having the bridge is you're going to be able to use those additional features like timers and things like that. And the bridge itself is super small. You can see it's a pretty small device. It's not real big. They do give you a USB power adapter, which again is always nice. I've got like 900 of them around the house, but it's good they give it to you, because if you don't have it, you need it. This has a really super long cord on it. So you're going to be able to mount this somewhere probably close to where the lights are going to be, and still be able to plug it in and not have to have a receptacle super close to where this is at. So probably what I'm going to do is we're going to get this set up here in the office. And then once I get everything set up, I can just move it downstairs and plug it back in. And then we can set the lights in the ground so they can get charged up. Let's see what else we got. All right, here's some screws and some anchors. If you did choose to actually mount the base, these are the stakes that go in the ground. And those are pretty thick, so that's nice. This should hold pretty secure. And here's the base section. And you can see it's got the screw holes in it there. So that way you could actually mount this, you know, to something like if you had a deck that you wanted to mount these to, perfect. Just screw them to the deck. So I'm going to be using the stake. And as you can see here, you can kind of see it's got these little like edges. You can see where it fits in. And then once it fits in the grooves, you just turn it and you lock it in place. So this right here is locked together, which I really, really like that. So you stick the base in the ground. Once the base is in the ground, you put the base on here, you lock it, and then you can put the post like that. And now you have a lightsaber. No, not really. But that would be cool, huh? So yeah, this is really cool. That's nice. They give you a USB cable where you can actually charge the lights ahead of time if you wanted to. We'll see. I don't know if there's going to be enough battery in them to get them connected. I might have to charge them. We'll find out. The only other things that are in here is just the rest of the stakes. So I'll leave those in there for now. Okay, so I've got my phone opened up and I've got the hub plugged in. And let me tell you something. This cable is super long. So you can actually mount this pretty close to where the lights are going to be and plug it in like in the house or something. I'm going to have to see exactly how far these need to be to this hub. So if the lights need to be super close to it, I can see where this would probably need to be mounted outside. Now, fortunately, I actually have a plug out underneath my patio cover that's fairly protected. So I could even plug this up outside if I needed to. But if I can, I want to plug it up in the house and set this like against the outside wall, but on the inside. So that way it has the ability of communicating with the lights. So we'll see how that's going to work. But let's get this paired up to the app and get this functioning. And then we will get the light paired up with the hub. And that way we can get them out and plugged in. So if you can see right here, it's got the blue light showing you that it's in pairing mode. And the green light is flashing to let you know it's waiting to be connected to Wi-Fi. So let's go here. I need to connect to my other Wi-Fi network because it won't communicate over the 6 gigahertz network. And again, being able to control my phone with my mouse is awesome. All right, so now we're reconnected back to my phone. It's on the 2.4/5 gigahertz network, so I'll have no issue communicating with the hub and the lights. So let's open the XM Cosy app and let's get the hub paired up. And it's right here. So I'm going to come up here and click. And of course, you can see right here, I have the string lights added. So we're going to click add device. And look at that. It already discovered it. That's pretty fast. Oh, there we go. All right. And let's see. Use my phone to put in my password over here because it won't show it on the screen. All right. So it is currently being added. You can see the little squirrely right there. All right. Excellent. Let's see. Should I rename it right now? Yeah, let's rename it. So we're going to say, I'm just going to take out that. I don't need all of that. And it's in the patio, so done. All right, perfect. The bridge is set up, and so let's see if there's enough battery in here where we can get this added, and we'll get these lights paired up. Now, right here, you can see there's like a little lock and unlock symbol. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna twist the top. And I know it looks square, but it's, you know, it's twistable. You can see right there. And then once you're over that, then the top comes off. So that's a really nice way of doing that because it makes it easy to get it on and off. And of course, there you have your battery. And of course, that is the light itself. And here is the power button. And you can see right there is the USB charging port, which we'll see if I have any power. If I don't have power in these, I'm gonna have to charge them up and then I'll continue this, but let's try it. Whoa. Yeah, I'd say there's some power in there. So now this flashing like this means it's waiting to be paired. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna click add device and search for devices. Yes, the light is flashing, definitely. It is super bright and blinding. Nice. All right, there it sees the light, done. And so let's just say patio and done. I'm gonna just leave the name the same right now. I don't know, sometimes I go and I'll name like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure what I want to rename these, but we're gonna leave them the default name for right now. So that is done. And I can turn the light off. See, that's awesome. And here's all the extra features. So sensor light duration, that's nice. Luminance detection. See, right now it's set for day, but I'll set this for night. Nice. So this tells you when there's activity on the motion sensor, so you can see what's going on, which is pretty cool. I like that. Now here's a timer setting, which is going to be useful because that's probably what I'm going to end up using. It also gives you the battery status up here. Just notice that. That's really nice. You see we got about half battery. So probably what I'll do is I'll get all these paired up and then I'll charge them. And that way they'll be at full charge and I don't have to worry about the sun. So that way they'll be ready to go. I know it might be kind of hard to see, but you can see there's like a solar panel like underneath that right here. You can kind of see the panels right there. So that's how it's going to charge during the day. This is how you set the sensor sensitivity. I like this motion activated. That's going to be really helpful. So it doesn't just stay running constantly. I like that. So it comes on to full brightness and then you set this brightness to where it won't be max brightness all the time. That's nice. I like that. Let's say 5% because I don't want this to necessarily light up the whole yard. We just want to be able to have a nice luminance on the ground. But once I get it set up outside, I might be changing that. So we'll see. So now you see I have the path light and the bridge. Nice. I really like this a lot. All right, let me get the other lights and let's get them paired up and then I'll get these charged. And then probably once they're charged, I'll be able to get them, put in and we'll test them at night. So let's get the other lights paired up. I'm going to turn this off for now and I'm going to set this over here so I know it's done. All right, let's get this open up here. Again, same process, twist it off, power button. We have power. Let's go back here, go into the bridge, add device, search. Yes. All right. And let's put it in here. And so see, it's already doing adding the number on the end. So that's cool. I'll leave it like that. And I'm going to shut this off for now. Let's put this back together. And I like too how you can't put this on but one way because I don't know if you can see here. So it's got like a little arrow on the base right here. And then it's got the lock and unlock there. So those have to line up. So that's nice that they give you that. Makes it easy. All right, twist off, hit the power button, go back, add device here, add it to patio, done. All right, leave it off, power, go back, add device, search, yes. And it's 4, nice, patio, done, and done. It looks like they all have about 50% battery, so that's good. On, turn off, perfect. Twist, power, flashing, search. Light is flashing. That's like blinding. Super bright. Done. Come in here, add it to patio, and done. And wait for it to connect. Off, on, off. Perfect. Oh, that one's tight. All right, last one. Go back, add device, search, flashing. These pair up pretty fast. I really like that. Sometimes you have to wait and wait and wait, but these do it pretty quick. All right, done. Come in here, add patio, done, and done. Wait for it to connect. Power off, power on, and power off. Perfect. All right, so as you can see here, we have all 6 lights paired in the bridge, and they all show up here in the main screen of the XM Cosy app as well. And of course, all of these things are on patio, so even if I just go to patio, you'll see where they're all listed. So, all right. Okay, well, I'm gonna get these charged up, and once they're charged up, I'll get them put in the ground, because you know what, right now today, it's actually, the reason why I'm doing it up here instead of outside is it's raining, it's cold. So I decided to get them all unboxed, paired up and working. And then once I get the batteries charged up, I'll just get them staked in the ground and then we'll be good to go. So we're gonna get these charged up and I'll be back. And I'm back. And as you can see, I got all the lights powered on, charged up, and we're ready to finish getting the app configured. And yeah, we'll get these lights outside and get them placed. So let's go ahead and we're going to create a group for the lights. And then we're also going to create a scene where we can control these lights and the string lights all in one, setting. So that will be the next step. Now, I tried to create a group with the string lights since I already had them added. And apparently the string lights that I have are not compatible as far as adding to a group, because I can't add these lights and the string light in one group. So we'll have to actually create the scene in a different way. But I even reset the string lights and then tried to pair them to the hub, and they're apparently not compatible with the hub. The hub does not see the string lights. So I re-added the string lights like normal using the app. And so the app can see everything, but I can't put the string light in one group with these lights. But I'm gonna go ahead and create a group with the pathway lights, and then we'll create a scene and we'll match it all up. We'll get it all working. But these are really cool. I really like these lights a lot. The sensitivity, the function of the motion sensor and all that works great. So let's get the group set up. As you can see, I got my phone connected and I've got the lights being displayed right there. So let's get into the app. XM Cosy. Okay, so as you can see, everything's still listed because I did repair the string lights to the app. So it sees everything. So what we're gonna do is let's create the group first. So we're gonna go into a light, come up here to this little pencil, and then right here you see where it says create group. All right, so we're going to create group, and then here it gives me the list of all the other lights that I can add. And as you notice, the string light is not in the list. And here, let me show you real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if I go to the string lights, I have to use my phone for this. So if I go to the string light, okay, I can do the same thing, click the pencil, and you see I have create group there, but again, it doesn't see the pathway lights. I guess it's maybe how they're communicating with the app, but I actually reset one of these lights too, added it to the app instead of the bridge, and it still couldn't see it. So there's definitely something in how they connect to the app that's preventing them from being in the same group in the app, because I've tried literally every way to get it to be able to see these lights and the string light, but it doesn't. But that's okay. I mean, there's other ways that we can go about doing what I want to do. And, I don't often hold like big parties outside, so I'm not necessarily going to need all of that. We're going to go back to the pathway lights and let's create this group. So click the pencil, create group, and we're going to add each one of these lights. I have to use my phone for this. I can't use my mouse for some reason. And I'm going to click save. It wants me to name the group, so I'm just going to name this patio group, because that's what it is. Patio group, and we're going to put it in the patio. And now it's adding all the lights. Okay, so now the group is created. And one nice thing, as you see, it actually shows the group in the list as all devices, so you can control how the group functions. So we're going to go into the group, and as you can see, the settings are all basically the same. There's a couple different, like this section here where it says sensor group sync. We want that on, at least I want that on, because what that means is when one light senses movement, it will turn them all on instead of just one light on. And that's what I want. So we're going to click that on, and it says, okay, confirm. And I have set that micro brightness to where, you know, they'll come on and then they'll, like, see how they got like really bright. They'll stay really bright for, you know, just a few seconds, and then they'll go down to this 5%. You can see there they go. And that's what I want. That way they have the max brightness. You keep seeing me move my hand. So it's working, see? Of course, I got them set to night, and I set sensitivity to low. I don't necessarily need it coming on constantly. And so, again, down at the bottom here, you can see where this little like radar looking thing is. That's the auto mode, okay? So what you do is you come over here to this little like thumbs up icon, and here you can set how you want the lights to work as far as the scenes, the color. So like, for example, I can come here to color and I can turn them all red. I can turn them all blue. I can turn them all green. And you can actually come over here to scenes and I can say colorful. So it's lots of options to be able to control the lights, which is really cool. I like that a lot. Now, in my situation, I'm probably going to have them kind of mimic what the lights are as far as the string lights, but and we're going to see how they work with the music. Okay, so we're going to choose a song that is part of my art list. Art list is a really awesome service that has just a huge amount of copyright-free songs and such. So we're going to pick one of these here. So we're going to click start. So see, now it's listening, and let's go ahead and play this music here. Okay, I made some changes because I don't know if it's like the hub, but the lights would not react properly to music and scene changes. And I noticed that the lights weren't responding correctly to even when I was clicking on the phone, you know, the light itself. So I'm not sure if it's maybe the hub and how it's communicating with the network, I suppose. So what I did was I removed the hub, I removed all the lights, I repaired all of the lights. So as you can see, they're all, you know, listed here in the app. The only thing you don't see is the hub. And so now we're going to see if the music will work correctly, because it wasn't actually picking up the music. It wasn't like changing to music. So again, I'm not sure if it's because of how it's communicating with the network. It doesn't hear it. I'm not really sure, but we're going to try it this way and see what happens. It seems to be a lot more responsive just using the app and not using the hub. So, you know, this right here, I'll still be able to do what I wanted to do. I don't need the hub to create scenes and use groups and things like that. I don't really need to use the timer, so that's not going to be a big deal. So let's go in here to the group. Okay, and so now all the lights are in the group, and you can see I have the sensor group sync turned on. So that way, when one light reacts, all of the lights will react. So we're going to come over here to the little hand, and we're going to click music, and I'm going to click start. And now let's play some music. See, that's what I expected it to do, and it's working perfect. I will turn the music off, cancel that, and come over here and see what. See, the lights are responding way faster just having it on the app and not actually part of the hub. Again, maybe that's communication with the hub and the network. Not really sure. I have great signal strength up here, and I actually moved it downstairs too just to see if that would change anything, and it didn't. Without using the hub, these lights respond super fast and the music works. So I should be able to create my scenes, the string lights, and these lights in the group. So same thing goes for changing it. So like you come over here to this little hand, and here you change like color, the scene you want, of course the music we just tested. And when you're changing the group, you're changing all of them, which is what you want. That way you don't have to go each individual light and change it. So this is awesome. I love having this group. Not having the string light in it isn't a big deal because it's just one fixture, which as far as the string light goes. So that's going to be pretty awesome. And like that 5%, slight bright, 5%, sensor group 1. Want this to be standby mode, so it's always active but in standby. And luminance detection, we're going to make night. And I'll leave sensor sensitivity to low, so that's all good. Yeah, these are working great in the app. It's fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and get these put in the yard, and then we'll check them out tonight when it's dark and we can see how awesome they look. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are out in the backyard. I've got everything kind of laid out. I'm going to show you exactly how I've spaced them here in a moment. But as you can see, today is absolutely stunningly beautiful. It's a little chilly, which is why I have my jacket on, but that's okay. I'm definitely ready for some warmer weather, however. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these staked in. We're going to get them all set up, and then tonight, when the sun goes down, we'll be testing the lights with the string lights. And there's gonna be some pretty cool colors in my backyard. Don't know if my wife's gonna like it, but I know I will. So let me show you what I got. Okay. So this is my back planter area, and you can see my back patio, my cover, those are the string lights. And so I'm gonna have one here, and we're gonna have one here. We're gonna have one here. We're going to have one here. And then we have that one. And of course, last but not least, we have that one. Now, as you can see, we have the light, the post, the stake, and then the base. So we're gonna get all this put in the ground. All right, so first things we're gonna do is let's get this stake in the ground here. This soil is pretty soft, so I think for the most part I can just push these in, and that worked out good. So we have the base, and we're going to get it set on here. All you gotta do is line that up and then turn. And so as you can see, it doesn't pull up. Awesome. Stake the post. Okay. All right, and now the light. And one thing I forgot to mention is these have like a little groove right here. Let me show you. You can see that little groove right here. There's a little piece in the post right here inside the post. This is lined up. So you have to make sure that's lined up correctly. And then it just fits in there. Now, as you can see, because this clips on the base, I forgot to twist it and I just pulled it out of the ground. That's okay. I'll push it back in the ground. Not a big deal. All right. And I'm going to place these with these sensors obviously facing out, so they'll see movement. And these are really tall, which is kind of nice. I like that. And I think I'm going to assemble these first before I put the stake in, so that way I can get it straight. Because I noticed the first time I put that one in, it was kind of crooked. So line this up, put that on, take my light, put the light in, and then we're going to stake this right here. All right, 2 down. All right. I have to apologize for my dog. She likes to bark at all the neighbors. Kind of annoying sometimes, but it's all right. Okay. Of course, there's some neighbor dogs that bark more than she does. All right, so we're all done. As you can see, there's 1, and then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I think this is gonna look pretty awesome, because again, there's the patio and the string lights. And so, yeah, that's gonna look pretty cool. Okay, so until tonight, that's all we have. We're going to let these maybe get a little more charge in the sun, since I was playing with them upstairs, and we'll do some nighttime testing when the sun goes down. Should look pretty awesome. See you then. Okay, so here we are outside, and all the lights are lit up, looking great. They all came on when I had the time set to come on. I would have been out here to watch them come on, but I had a phone call from my grandkids, so I wasn't able to get out and see them actually come on. But let's see if we can't change some colors. Okay, so now I have the lights rotating through a color scene, and so every so often they change different colors, and that looks pretty awesome. And it goes really well with the lights above the patio there. So that's really awesome. Okay, so now I got music playing and the light syncing with the music. So that's awesome. So these smart solar pathway lights, awesome. A few little app issues. I don't know that the hub is necessarily the best way to do it. I think pairing them straight into the app using just your phone and not worrying about the hub is a better solution. The light synchronization works excellent and everything paired perfectly fine. So another awesome product. And I want to say thank you to XM Cosy again for sending these lights out for me to review them. And they have some awesome products. I have several now. The front pathway lights that are solar, but they're not smart. I have the smart RGB string lights and now the smart RGB pathway lights. So they've all been phenomenal. I love them and I really appreciate them sending those out. If you need to add a little color, you definitely need to go check them out. Links in the description. And don't forget to go check out this video here on those string lights in the back, because those are awesome. See you next time.